The rainbow always comes after the rain. In our world full of chaos and mystery, we humans yearn for a time where we can finally experience the eternal relief from all the troubles happening in our planet. One thing most people have in common to cope during these rough times is clinging on to the experience of utopia. Utopia paints an image of a desired place that is the embodiment of heaven, where love, peace, and hope is always present. This place was believed to have already existed back then, and will soon reveal the path to its doorway when the time is right. Utopia lies within the future, inevitably emerging once again from mystery. A utopian future could be the permanent solution to all our quandary, providing us with security and indulgence.
Utopia has several theories that have formed throughout the years, coming from different cultures, each containing vast beliefs as to how it all started and what it was like. The societal environment of utopia varies in each ideology, but most stories about utopia contain either a ruler or a creator, with individual backstories explaining how they achieved the status of being the ones to facilitate the whole society. This includes what challenges they went through, the powers they possess, and the dystopian opposite of every theory to maintain balance between the good and bad.
The most prominent theological speculation pertaining to utopia is the existence of heaven. It is a place beneath the clouds and skies, where a kingdom ruled by a supernatural being called God lies within, guarded by his troops of angels. A sacred book called the Bible tells us all about God's interactions with the human world and how he created everything from scratch. God plays a central role in foretelling a human being's religious lifestyle and behavior. God's level with regards to his miraculous powers and blessings reflects humanity's desire to understand and have a relationship with his divine entity, to prove following proper morals and ethics and communicating true beliefs.
Long ago, God created the Garden of Eden, which was somewhat a replica of heaven and had a very notable similarities despite being a lower level of utopia. It was made to cater to his creations, such as animals, plants, and the very first humans, Adam and Eve. Eve was the very first woman created by God, and Adam was made to accompany her in the garden so they could both maintain and enjoy the beauty of the sacred place. Unexpectedly, through the manipulation of Satan's serpent form, Eve was tricked into taking a bite from the forbidden fruit. Before this event, God allowed Adam and Eve to have anything they wanted and be free to roam the Garden of Eden. His only rule was to stay away from the forbidden fruit. But despite his warning, Eve persisted, and Adam followed her actions, which led them to committing the first sin and gaining consciousness of shame and evil. As a result, God was enraged and banished both Adam and Eve from entering the garden for eternity. They were also now turned into mortal beings that had to survive through the means of taking care of their health and avoiding harmful danger.
The afterlife is a dimension or secret location related to the rulings of heaven. The afterlife is a place where Christians believe souls get transported to after dying on earth. Few believe that the afterlife requires climbing steps passing through heaven before they can enter. While on the other hand, others think that when the deceased gets buried after their funeral, they randomly get teleported in a room perceived as the reception, where God or his associates assess whether you're truly deserving of living in paradise or not, by looking back on how you lived your human life. In simple terms, it is considered the waiting area right after death, where humans are evaluated based on morals if they deserve to move in heaven, paradise, or hell.
Deep down the chambers of the underworld, hell is where torture and punishment have no limits. It is established by Satan also known as Lucifer the devil. In the spawn of hell, Satan has countless types of torture methods to bring suffering upon those who deserve it. Humans who were ruthless mortal beings that performed grave sins during their time on earth. Lucifer was once a glorified angel who served God. Yet due to his selfishness and envy, he fell from heaven because he wanted to be someone as equal as the greatness of God. Now, as a reparation, he manages the underworld and all the evil trapped beneath, ensuring the most disgraceful humans get the discipline they deserve.
The Armageddon is an anticipated event stated in the Bible that is yet to happen in the future. It is also known as the Apocalypse, wherein God finally destroyed Earth by unleashing wicked and ignoble creatures to cleanse the planet of its sins and its sinners, where those who lived an upright and virtuous life are saved from eternal doom. It occurs within a long period of time to properly wipe out imperfections and injustice caused by the destruction implemented by humans as occupants of planet Earth. The rescued are then transported into heaven or paradise, yet there is no certainty on what paradise looks like.
Paradise is an idealized new planet and proposed dimension defined by equality, harmony, and happiness, in which everything is perfect. It is a picture of a better world that often focuses advancements in the social, political, and economic areas. It is believed to be a world where humans and God form an alliance with utmost understanding in establishing a society where unethical habits and destruction are totally non-existent. Civilizations are at their peak and people are living exemplary functioning lives without pain and suffering, further reunited with their deceased loved ones. Animals and plants are not only treated with care and love as ordered by God to humans, but are also biologically advanced. Technology is combined with God's power to create magnifique in vehicles, structures, and quite possibly is even more engraved in human living because everything is now expected to be flawless and revolutionary.
A world governed by reason, equality, justice, and perfection that reigns supreme is a concept that is quite out of reach in the world we have today. A utopia is an idealized vision of what society could aspire to become, yet perfection for us humans is impossible as we are complex, ever-changing beings. Such as why the depiction of heaven, paradise, and the Garden of Eden exists, for they reflect our deep desire to escape the hardship of the planet Earth and to achieve eternal happiness. And thus, as we wait once again for God's presence, utopia is left as a dream that only the future could answer. We all remain hopeful for the existence of paradise, a world in which one may find hope, solace for our worries. Perhaps soon we will get a hold of the opportunity of starting anew. Paradise, as we call it, in a planet where we are given better circumstances to interact with God and utilize the gift of His supernatural powers of creation with the latest forms of technology intertwined in our own planet.